Hi, I'm Kim Egger with EcoSmart Shutters, and I'm here to tell you today about the best kept secret in European architecture and building design. EcoSmart Shutters, known as rolling shutters to most folks. There's different colors and automation, which we'll tell you about in just a minute. I want to give you a little bit of history about how we came to start this company. After spending many years abroad living in France, Italy, and Germany, there was one cool product that stood out head and shoulders above all the others that I experienced there, but that wasn't available back here. And anytime you'd ask a German or an American who'd spent time abroad, they'd say, yeah, why don't we have that here in the US? We've got everything else. Whether you call them Tapparella or Volet Roulant or Holladen, they're all EcoSmart shutters to me. And I'm here with Matt Hoots, the founder of the Hoots Group, who was the 2008 Earthcraft Renovator of the Year, and his company has done more Earthcraft renovations than anyone else in the Earthcraft program. And Matt's going to tell us a little bit about why he chose to go with the solar-powered rolling shutters, the first in the United States. I'll let Matt share his reasons for that.
Well, there's many reasons. The initial reason that we wanted to use your system when we met that one day was the fact that we give presentations in our showroom, and however, when we do PowerPoints, we don't have blackout capacity. So with your shutters, I turn the projector on, hit the button, they automatically close. Well, there's some other benefits as well. When you do that, they provide nice security for the neighborhood, because this is a commercial building. The ease of install was nice as well, because we went with the solar option. We just had to install them on the building, have a collector on the roof instead of having to tie into our existing infrastructure. And if you're tying into our existing infrastructure, then we would have to connect the wires, low voltage, and be somewhat invasive. And this is an easy install. So those are some of the main reasons. One for the blackout capacity, but the energy efficiency, security, ease of installation, those are all extra benefits as well.
And if you look up there, you see the size of the solar panel that powers a window this size, or as you see to our left, an entire French door, 2 inches by 20, and we can run them up on the roof if we need to, but that's what powers the entire unit. Works on a remote control, completely off the grid. Very good. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you. Thanks for a great product.
Appreciate it. Come with us as we take you to one of our national trade show events, where we can give you a little bit more detail on the things that impact price and selection. This is the manual type version of rolling shutters that's been in Germany for at least the last 50 years. In Germany, 85% of all residential households have rolling shutters integrated into the structure from the beginning. In the US, you'd have to have a 2x10 in order to have a wall pocket sufficiently large to hide this whole part, so that this would be all that you would see. Now in the US, we're taking the rolling shutter concept and we're giving it an American twist where we're modernizing it. We have it with a remote control. We also have a solar panel, so you can actually do a solar-powered remote-controlled version where at the touch of a button you can shut down an entire building. There are two things that impact price: level of automation and the strength of the slat. And here we see three different versions of slats. With this one, it's really designed just for shading and preventing the solar heat gain. This one is a good middle of the road, one that provides some security and the shading. And here we see what would be called a hurricane slat. Great shutter for wind speeds up to 150 miles an hour. That's Miami-Dade certified. Also the high security level, so whether your motivation is security or hurricanes, this is your bet to go with. The second component that impacts price is the level of automation. And there are 4 levels of automation. There's manual for a new construction job, where this would be in the wall pocket. This would be in the room. This strap goes up and down very quickly. That's your basic manual. That's the least expensive. The next one would be on a retrofit for existing construction, where you'd have a rod. The rod would attach to a knob at the top of the rolling shutter housing unit, and then that rod turns into a crank, and you crank just like this. This is a nice alternative for infrequent use, but it takes about 10 times as long as the strap does. So certainly cheaper, but for retrofits can be a bit of a hassle. The next version on this scale is motorized. So you have a tubular shaft. This is where the shutter cranks around. You have a motor on the end, and that works with a light switch on the wall. And then finally, the top tier is using a motor, where you'd also then have the remote, which you can power from anywhere in the room with up to 20 units on it and 4 subgroups. And finally, another variation of that is the solar, where it powers a 12-volt battery that then feeds directly into that motor, and it works completely off the grid. And that is the most expensive, but there are tax credits available that actually make that less expensive at the end than the regular hardwired motorized.
As a photographer, EcoSmart Shutters allows me to precisely control and adjust the lighting in my professional studio.
If you have any other questions or want to learn more about EcoSmart Shutters, check us out on the web at EcoSmartShutters.com. You can email me at kdegger@EcoSmartShutters.com or give me a shout at 770-639-5222. Thank you very much. We appreciate your interest.